People, no wonder we are suffering. You would have no appreciation of the sacrifice of the dead. You think everything is mercantilism, is buying and selling. You convert every situation into a currency. You always look at the monetary value of every circumstance you find yourself in. That is why we have saboteurs and traitors with it. They want to convert their position into money so that Abuja can recognize them and come and give them money. But we'll get all of you one after. And they are so-called political elites. Everybody wants to be politically correct. Everybody wants to be politically correct. Everybody wants to please Fulani because of 2023. Because they control INEC, they control CBN, they control everything. Your political future. In fact, if they can put this on them in power, what can they not do? All of you were there claiming, this is our nation, Nigeria, without shit. You people, you disgust me. You rubbish Biafra. You are listening to them, gossiping about me. Oh, Nnamdi is a fraudster, he's a thief. And what did Nnamdi steal? Nothing. Did he defraud you? Nothing. Then why are you calling him a thief? They cannot answer. That was why Simon ever took time to demolish the little toad. Toad, demolished him. By your Tony Maya, demolished your Coco, and dumped him in the gut and the sewage. To you people. And he told them, then move forward and then get Biafra. Nonsense. New Nigeria. Thunder fire all of you and your new Nigeria. Check it, Uno Uncle. Simon Eba demolished your Coco. Men on the path of truth and diligence. Truth and diligence. Because you're doing a good job. Continue doing it. We need many of you to come up and be speaking. My goodness, if it's only me, they'll say, oh, maybe he's mad. Never have a lot of mad people, then you'll understand. You'll be forced to reason and think. Idiots everywhere. If you don't sit at home, we'll make you sit at home by force. People, no wonder we are suffering. You would have no appreciation of the sacrifice of the dead. You think everything is mercantilism, is buying and selling. You convert every situation into a currency. You always look at the monetary value of every circumstance you find yourself in. That is why we have saboteurs and traitors with it. They want to convert their position into money so that Abuja can recognize them and come and give them money. But we'll get all of you one after. And they are so-called political elites. Everybody wants to be politically correct. Everybody wants to be politically correct. Everybody wants to please Fulani because of 2023. Because they control INEC, they control CBN, they control everything. Your political future. In fact, if they can put this on them in power, what can they not do? All of you were there claiming, this is our nation, Nigeria, without shit. You people, you disgust me. You rubbish Biafra. You are listening to them, gossiping about me. Oh, Nnamdi is a fraudster, he's a thief. And what did Nnamdi steal? Nothing. Did he defraud you? Nothing. Then why are you calling him a thief? They cannot answer. That was why Simon ever took time to demolish the little toad. Toad, demolished him. By your Tony Maya, demolished your Coco, and dumped him in the gut and the sewage. To you people. And he told them, then move forward and then get Biafra. Nonsense. New Nigeria. Thunder fire all of you and your new Nigeria. Check it, Uno Uncle. Simon Eba demolished your Coco. Men on the path of truth and diligence. Truth and diligence. Because you're doing a good job. Continue doing it. We need many of you to come up and be speaking. My goodness, if it's only me, they'll say, oh, maybe he's mad. Never have a lot of mad people, then you'll understand. You'll be forced to reason and think. Idiots everywhere. If you don't sit at home, we'll make you sit at home by force. People, no wonder we are suffering. You would have no appreciation of the sacrifice of the dead. You think everything is mercantilism, is buying and selling. You convert every situation into a currency. You always look at the monetary value of every circumstance you find yourself in. That is why we have saboteurs and traitors within. They want to convert their position into money so that Abuja can recognize them and come and give them money. But we'll get all of you one after the other. And they are so-called political elites. Everybody wants to be politically correct. Everybody wants to be politically correct. Everybody wants to please Fulani because of 2023. Because they control INEC, they control CBN, they control everything. Your political future. In fact, if they can put this on them in power, what can they not do? All of you were there claiming, this is our nation, Nigeria, without shit. You people, you disgust me. You rubbish Biafra. You are listening to them, gossiping about me. Oh, Nnamdi Kanu is a fraudster, he's a thief. And what did Nnamdi Kanu steal? Nothing. Did he defraud you? Nothing. Then why are you calling him a thief? They cannot answer. That was why Simon Ekpa took time to demolish the little toad. Demolish him. By your Tony Maya. Demolish your Coco and dumped him in the gutter and the sewage. To you people. And he told them. Then they move forward and then get Biafra. Nonsense. New Nigeria. Thunder fire all of you and your new Nigeria. Check it, Uno Uncle. Simon Ekpa demolish your Coco. Men on the path of truth and diligence. Truth and diligence. Because you're doing a good job. Continue doing it. We need many of you to come up and be speaking. Fulani can control you however they like. Once they announce it, Yoruba newspapers very foolishly and stupidly will support them because they want Tinubu as the president. And you are all dying every blessed day. You are all dying every day. Had you people risen up to say that what is happening in Nigeria is bad, there is no way that Fashoranti's daughter will not be alive today. That is the price you pay for duplicity. That is the price you pay for treachery. That is the price you will continue to pay until you rise up and say, enough is enough. It is up to you to do it. You did it during NSAS. You can do it again. Can you imagine Fulani people telling you, if you remove Fulanis from Yoruba forest, imagine Fulani telling you, if you remove them from your ancestral lands, there will be war. And you are panicking. And you have not asked yourself, why are they not saying the same thing about the East? Why did they not say to Eastern Security Network? Why did they not say to me, if you don't stop evacuating Fulani terrorists from the forest, there will be war? Because they know. They understand psychologically that you don't have what it takes to resist them. Do you know why Borno State is still alive? Why you still have the Kanuri people in Borno today? Was because they resisted the Fulani centuries ago. You have to go back to history to understand how Nigeria came into existence. Fulani has been expanding from day one, from Senegambia. All the way from Senegambia, they've been expanding, and now they are in Okigwe. All the way from Senegambia. They are now in Okigwe. And you're asking us to somehow fold our hands and keep quiet because of 2023, because one idiot is going to come out to become a president, because of that rubbish, because of that nonsensical notion, we should fold our hands and wait until we are overrun by the Janjaweed from the Sahel. Is that how reasonable people think? Is that how people that wish to survive as a race, is that how they reason? It is very, very shocking that some of you do not understand what the Fulanis have in store for you. Very, very soon it is going to happen. And when it happens, your eyes will clear. And about whom you will see it very clearly. I was warning you. In 2014, 2015, 2016, they said he's a warmonger. He's a warmongering. I went to America and I told World Igbo Congress that this war you are avoiding is going to come to your villages. They said, no, it's not going to happen. What is happening today? When Yoruba was supporting the dead idiot called Buhari, did I not warn them that this evil you're supporting will consume you? They never listened. They never wanted to listen. IPOB is a terrorist group. You're trying to divide Nigeria. But Mietiana is not. People that you are calling bandits, have you heard anybody come out to say, please, Buhari, since presidency is there defending terrorists in the forest, why don't you proscribe them? No, you cannot proscribe a Fulani group. Never. And all of you, we are supporting evil. When there is the proscribed IPOB, proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. These are Yoruba journalists writing junk. Every day they keep writing rubbish. But their land is under siege. Their land is under siege. And the Fulani will take it. It don't take time. So I am here today to encourage them that they must stand tall and be very strong, resolute. That is what Fulani does. They control the media. They have well-paid consultants all over the world doing their bidding for them. They have that woman at UN trying to lobby the world that everything is okay in the zoo called Nigeria. But you and I know that the zoo is not okay. You and I know the game plan of the Fulani. And what are you doing about it? Nothing. Every day you read, you lament, you complain. Every day you read, you lament. And that's all you do. That is all you do. You read, you lament, you complain, you do nothing about it. Your lives are being taken away from you. Your forests are being occupied. Your mothers are being raped. Your daughters are being abducted. And the whole national government, presidency, is supporting such people. And you're telling me that Nigeria is viably sustainable. Is that what you're telling me? That somehow this contraption is sustainable, it is viable. It can never be. Because the more you stay in one Nigeria, the more you are inviting the Fulanis to take over your ancestral lands, take over your villages, and to make life a misery for you. That is the end game. That is the outcome. If you doubt me, go and do a bit of research. Ask yourself, who are the Hausa people? Who are the Nupe people? Who are the Bachama people? All of these people were steamrolled by the Fulani march to the Atlantic Ocean. And now they're in Yoruba land. They're in their forests. They are in their forests. And who is going to drive them away from there? If not the Yoruba youths. Forget about your useless governors. Your elders are very strong. I love Yoruba elders. The way they behave, the way they talk. Very, very strong. They said they support Akeredolu. This is the governor of Ondo State. They support him in what he's doing. People must come out to say that enough is enough. When you travel to the north, do you live in the forest in the north? The Igbo people in Sabongeri in Kanu. Are they living of course it's Hausa land, are they living in the forest? They came to the town, they work very hard, they build houses, they build mansions, they develop the entire place. Is that not what they do? What are Fulani people doing in our forest? Nobody can answer that question. They say that they're pastoralists. I want some of you who have had your breakfast this morning. Please go to your fridge or go to where you keep your beverages and you will see pig milk. Pig. Some of us were raised on pig milk. For how many years now? And you keep asking yourself, what is pig milk? Pig milk is minerally the same milk that the cows produce in Holland can be produced in the zoo. Tell me the country in the world aspiring to be a member of the UN Security Council where you move cattle from place to place. Are you people well at all? You so-called Nigerians, are you normal in the brain? I'm asking you a simple question. Show me a country that aspires to be in the 21st century moving cattle from place to place, telling me they're grazing. Which country is that? Please tell me. All of you don't have any shame. When you have people, an entire presidency coming out to defend a very primitive, archaic agricultural practice, then you know you embrace serious mess. You are in one almighty trouble, I'm telling you. People are in a mess. The Holland that you get your pig milk from, do they move cattle from Rotterdam to Amsterdam? I'm asking you a simple question. But they produce the pig milk that you're drinking every blessed day. Why can't Fulani produce pig milk in Sokoto? Why can't they produce carnation milk in Kanu? They have the cattle. Before the white man came, did you see any Fulani in your forest? All these people talking rubbish about movement of cattle and movement of... I'm asking you, before Britain came and handed over Nigeria to Fulani, ask your grandfathers, please, or your grandmothers. Ask them. All this nonsense we are hearing today in this so-called one, I want to tell you the dangers of one Nigeria. All this nonsense you're hearing today about one Nigeria, Fulani in our forest, Fulani in our village. Before the white man came, did you see Fulani moving their cattle all over the place? Did we not have meat to eat? They will answer these questions for you. Because sometimes in Africa, we don't reason very well. The way we reason is jaundiced. It is disjointed. I can't understand for the life of me why, instead of them to waste all that money arming and equipping this Janjaweed army Mihetiala to come and conquer you and I, why don't they open a milk factory somewhere in the north and bring the milk down south? I'm sure Southerners will buy it. After all, pig milk comes all the way from Holland. Pig milk all the way from Holland. Now you understand it. Because of the way you people reason. Why can't you produce? Is it difficult to produce milk? The same milk that comes out naturally from the udder of the cow. Why can't you can it somewhere, pasteurize it, and send it to people to eat, to drink, or to do whatever with? All over the world, that is what is happening. In fact, they produce so much milk in Europe that they pour it away. Why can't you do the same thing? A whole president claiming they are in the 21st century are supporting a very primitive practice of moving cattle from place to all of you. You're not ashamed of yourselves. You have no shame. As somebody will say, your shame is shaming me. I'm telling you, you people from the zoo, I'm ashamed of your ignorance and stupidity. You people are hopeless, completely hopeless. One day now, one idiot to come and say, we are intellectuals. And you're moving cattle from Kafanchan to Ahoda. You are intellectuals. You are intellectualizing. You are in the 21st century, you are moving cattle, driving cattle, Nama, from over 300 miles. Claiming Yoruba forest is a place for you to be in. You want to relax, Yoruba forest is every Nigerian is free to live anywhere. And do their business anywhere, yes. But when an Igbo man tries to sell beer in Kano, you destroy it. You destroy their businesses, you destroy their hotels, but you can come down to the south and live anywhere you like and grace anywhere you like. And you're telling me that is a country, that is one Nigeria for you? The Fulanis we are talking, they call them the Funa movement. Our attention has been drawn to a decree credited to one Rotimi Akeredolu, asking Fulani people who have occupied some forests in Ondo State to quit. We are also aware of another incident in Oyo State where an illiterate political talk gave quit notice to Fulani people to leave their territories, which are now their irreversible homes. Are you listening? Fulani are now saying that Yoruba forest is now their irreversible homes. They have now occupied Yoruba land in perpetuity. And I want to let my Yoruba friends understand this. You see, in life, anytime you support evil, evil will come back to haunt you. All of you never knew that IPOB and this Biafra movement was for your liberation. Some of you saw maybe the oil and gas from Biafra land. If they go now, we'll have access to oil and gas. In the process of having your eyes fixated on oil and gas, your forest is gone. Do you understand it? There is nothing more precious in life than freedom. Freedom is very important. And I need you to understand this very morning. Every Yoruba person supporting Fulani, you are setting up yourself to become like the Hausa people. Remember when Hausa was supporting Fulani? We are Hausa Fulani, we are Hausa Fulani. Where are the Hausa people today? I ask you. Where are those Hausa people today? Do you see them anymore? They're saying we are Hausa Fulani, we are Hausa Fulani. Do you see them again today? Do you see them? I'm asking you. No, because Fulani have completely overwhelmed them. It's called emasculation. Completely emasculated them. Look at what they're doing in the East. In the East, they come to the East, I will tell you, oh, you want to be the president or vice? Yeah. They say, give us land for Ruga. They give them land. As soldiers of Kadu did that Lok Banta. They have taken it over in forever and ever. Give us land in your state. Hope of them approve to us that you are stood. Give us land in Olo. Hope of them will give them land in Olo. We can go and kill people in Obibo. We can kill for them. How many Fulani governors are prepared to kill bandits? I didn't say normal people. I'm talking about armed, dangerous bandits. How many Fulani governors? Go and read your newspapers, you will see it there. Fulani governors are negotiating with them, giving them arms, giving them vehicles, making sure that their life is no longer a misery. But they come down to the south. They tell you, give us land for Ruga. Go and kill your people to prove to us that you're one Nigerian. That was why Obioso was talking rubbish. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? Supported by the BBC. The problem you people have in Nigeria is this. Your journalists, you see people, Punch newspaper, Tribune, Vanguard, and Nation, they are your second worst enemies. I'm telling you the truth. They can never ever be objective in their reportage. Never ever ever. That's why all of you are suffering. But you don't know it. They were the same people used to scuttle the NSAS protest. Of course, some of you went about looking for Indomie in warehouses. Typical black people. Any revolution that is coming now, you must stand very firm. They'll say, oh, you're Igbo. Oh, you're Yoruba. Oh, you are from Europe. Don't join them. It's our turn in 2023. If you do this, you will scuttle our chances of becoming the president.
A minute silence to the fallen heroes of Biafra, and the time starts now. We mourn our heroes past. We celebrate our heroes. We celebrate the living and the dead, and those that are still fighting on to see that Biafra is fully restored. He said, he said, he said. To those that have supported us this far in many ways, the Biafran people remain grateful to you. Danny Kinahan, Don Bando, Michael Rubin, Gonta Felini. We are grateful to all of you for your support, for your advocacy, for your vocal way of demanding justice for the Biafran people and the independence of the Biafran people. We salute you all, and we look forward to seeing a restored independence United States of Biafra. He said, he said, he said, if those that are not Biafra born feels the necessity of Biafrans to get their independence, and they are calling on the American government, they are calling on the European government, they are calling on the entire world to endorse Biafran independence, but they are not Biafrans. I don't know why some of you that claim to be Biafrans will now be fighting the United States of Biafra, because you now see them taking bold and decisive steps against Nigeria terrorist country. I want all of you to ask yourself this question again and screenshot this very photo, this very thing here you see on the screen. Screenshot it and post it everywhere. Screenshot it and share it everywhere. And ask yourself the question, are these the people, are these the accountability groups that they say our Prime Minister is validating or endorsing? Are these the accountability group? Today, let me speak a little about this nonsense post here on the screen before I continue. If this thing that you see on the screen here is telling you that the USA will be using or is going to use Moran global strategies and Isaiah Onyogu to destroy Biafra, invariably, this thing here that you see on the screen is actually telling you that USA is going to use Prime Minister Simon Ekpa to destroy Biafra. Are you getting the point? Because Moran global strategies did not start lobbying for Biafra on their own. It is BRGIA that brought Moran global strategies to come and lobby for Biafra and to go and engage USA. Who opened up to all Biafrans that Moran Global Strategies is our lobbying firm? Who told you? Was it Sonny that told you? Was it America that told you? Was it Okenkere, our APM, that told you? Was it Mazin Namdekano that told you? No. It was our PM that unveiled Moran Global Strategies to Biafran people. So if this thing that you see here on the screen, this thing that you see here on the screen, if this thing you see here on the screen is telling you that Moran global strategies, that America is going to use Moran global strategies or want to use them to destroy Biafra, that means he is sending that message to your prime minister. He is telling you that your prime minister brought Moran global strategies, brought Isaiah Nyogu with Moran global strategies to come and destroy Biafra. That is what it means. Because Moran global strategies did not bring themselves, they did not bring themselves to this very Biafra which did not exist before. The Biafra government existed, and then Moran global strategies, to be able to work, must work with existing entity. And that existing legal entity is BRGIA. So without you existing as BRGIA, there will be no Moran global strategies playing their duty. So what it means is that you are the one that made Moran global strategies to start working for Biafra. And if that your PM that unveiled Moran global strategies to Biafran people and said, this is going to be your lobbies, this is going to be your attorney, this is going to be your voice and eye and your ear in Washington, D.C. to make sure American government speak of Biafra, hear of Biafra. If you are telling us today, if you are telling us yesterday and tomorrow that these Moran global strategies that our PM unveiled to Biafrans to see, that these Moran global strategies that American government is using them, is going to use them to destroy Biafra. So you are telling your PM, you're telling my PM, you're telling our PM that our PM is using Moran global strategies, that America is using our PM to destroy Biafra. That is what you are telling yourself. Because some of you actually see some things, but you don't give in-depth analysis. You don't give in-depth analysis. So you should try to understand something here. Moran Global Strategies came to be as a result of Biafra Republic government in exile existing. And they came to exist for Biafra Republic government in exile doing their work. They have existed on their own, but for them to now exist in the Biafran circle, Biafra Republic government in exile had to exist. Then they now decided to offer their services for Biafra Republic government in exile. So if you are telling me today that Moran Global Strategies, Isaiah Nyogu, are working for the American government to destroy Biafra, that means you are telling the entire world that Biafra Republic government in exile that introduced Moran Global Strategies to Biafrans, that Biafra Republic government in exile is working with America to destroy Biafra. That is what your stupidity simply means. So, you are singing, oh, Obatobie, Obatobie, but you are incriminating your Obatobie, telling him that he is using America to destroy Biafra. And you think that you're talking to destroy Sonny, you think you're talking to destroy Moran Global Strategies, or you think that you're talking to destroy Isaiah Young. No, you are talking to destroy your prime minister, my prime minister, our prime minister. That is the person you're talking to destroy. And let me play it for you so that it will refresh in your brain very well.
Elias, come close, let me tell you. Stay away from Biafra. You can't succeed. Elias, come close, let me tell you. Stay away from Biafra. You can't succeed. Elias, come close, let me tell you. Stay away from Biafra. You can't succeed. Elias, come close, let me tell you. Stay away from Biafra. You can't succeed.
How the Fulani penetrates Igbos, penetrate Biafrans, a different breed of Biafrans that understood how the Fulani terrorist cabals and Nigerian government works. So when you see the criminal ex-Brgie cabinet members, the criminal lobbyists that are parading with them in the name of trying to restore Biafra, Biafra's already stopped them on their track. That is why they don't go. They can't move anywhere. Not when some of us. Not when some of us. So the Nigerian government, I promise you today, the money you have given to the is a waste because they cannot go anywhere. They can't go far. Once they take one step, we are taking 5.
Now, if Nigerian government, as this Mumu here is saying, Nigerian government gave money to Moran Global Strategies, the same way that you saw the other non-entity, this other one, the same way you heard this other one say that are USA. This one is even telling you that it is USA that is using Isaiah Yogo and Moran Global Strategies to destroy Biafra. Then, our madam is telling you that it is Nigerian government. So you can see the distorted brains of how their madness is going. This one is saying it's Nigerian government that is paying Moran Global Strategies to get Biafra and that they are going to stop it. Then this other one is telling you it is US government that is using Isaiah Nyogu and Biafra and Moran global strategies to destroy Biafra. Do you see the kind of people that some of you are following? Huh? Do you see? So now, is it the same Nigerian government that this one said? Is it the same Nigerian government that this one said is paying Isaiah Nyogu and Moran global strategies to get Biafra? Is it that same Nigerian government that the same Moran global strategies standing here with our APM dragged to America and told American government to sanction them, which they have sanctioned them today? Is it the same Moran global strategies? I thought you said Moran global strategies is paid by Nigerian government. And then the same Moran global strategies working for BRGI under Okenkere now, he's dragging the same Nigeria, which you said is the paymaster of Moran global strategies. Make una help me explain this thing now. They say you are collecting salary from Nigeria. The same way that they said Simon Ekpa is working for Tinubu government, is working for Nigeria, that is a Nigerian agent. And the same Simon Ekpa was giving Nigeria woto. Now, the leftover urchins inside BRGIA now told you that Okenkere, Biafra government in Ezra, Moran global strategies, that they collected money from Nigerian government to come and restore Biafra. And that when they want to restore the Biafra, that she herself will stop them. Now I am asking, is it the same Nigerian government she alleged to have been paying Moran global strategies and a Biafra government ABM? Is it that same Nigeria that these same three people that you see on the screen here have taken to America for sanctions? Is it that, according to her, Nigerian government pay Moran global strategies, pay BRGIA, then BRGI and Moran global still stab them on the back? I don't understand. Because when you look at people that are working in the psychiatric hospital, their brains are not different from the patient that they are treating on a daily basis. Yes.
Five steps ahead of them.
Well, thank you, Your Excellency.
Not when some of us saw
Exactly.
Nigerian government, I promise you today, the money you are giving
That's
to
correct.
is a waste because
That's fine.
they cannot go anywhere. They can't go far. Once
You're right,
they
it's
take
shining.
one step, we are taking 5 steps ahead of them.
Well, thank you.
I promise you today, the money you are giving
That's
to
correct.
is a waste because
That's fine.
Now, I pause here to explain something. The person that you see the name here shown as Dorothy, this person that you see the name shown as Dorothy now, this person, she was here clapping for Honorable Fulani when she was doing this damage control, when she was using their brain to turn upside down. She was clapping for her. Today, her brain has opened and she has come to understand that everything Ngozi was doing here was evil. She ran and left Ngozi. She came out and wrote over 6 pages of petitions against Ngozi, confessing and telling the entire world about the sabotage of Ngozi to BDF, to Biafra government in Eza, to your information on the database, which she compromised. Do you understand what is happening here now? The same persons that you see around her here that were shouting, oh, yes, when Moran global strategies, when Okenkere and Sonny and BRGI want to go forward, we will destroy them to get that Biafra. We will. Today, many of them have run away. And they are attacking her today. And they are even writing long memo stating the sabotage that she did. Yesterday, I was reading something, and in the publication, you saw where they say the new group that she went to register, that she signed for herself and signed for Christian Odiozo that is in Nigeria. The Christian Odiozo today, this signing was earlier, whether in January or February or March. This Odiozo today, they don't fight. Odiozo fight Ngozi. Ngozi fight Odiozo. Odiozo now scatter Ngozi table. Ngozi kick Odiozo out. This is the same Odiozo that Ngozi used to fight BDF, fight Biafra government, fight everything that we are doing from after the convention. So Odiozo now don't run scatter. Ngozi don't put them for well. What did Chukwu Letam Habed Ubochi said? Chukwu Letam Habed Ubochi said, this man speaking, Ikwa Igbo. Chukwu Letam, I don't even understand what you say. You say, this man speaking, Ikwa Igbo. Please, try to write it properly so that everybody can understand you. Or if it is Akwa Ibom that you're trying to pronounce, then pronounce it well. At least you are a Biafran. You should be able to pronounce a word like, or the name of a state in Nigeria like Akwa Ibom. It is not a borrowed word. It is a botanical word in your own country, where you come from. So try to get used to it and don't pronounce it as if you are a Fulani. Try. You don't expect me to pronounce Obosi, or he be Oyibo. Then I will now say Oboyibo. No. When I am a Biafran, no. I have to pronounce it with that mother tongue and let it come out very well, so that people will know that I am not a borrowed citizen of Biafra. I'm a bona fide citizen of Biafra. The blood running in my veins, it is very thick. That is why I don't take nonsense. So, many of the people in this video, they don't run. Some run, leave for Abu Fulani. Some of them decide to start fighting her after they start getting to know the truth, that all she was doing was deceit, destruction, damage control, and leading all of them to early graves. Because from these their sabotages, many people have gone to their early graves in the homeland. But now, I want to go to when Brgie unveiled Moran Global Strategies. You see the topic of this program, it says Moran Global Strategies and Brgie are making the headlines everywhere. Moran Global Strategies and Brgie making the headlines everywhere with results in just 1 year. So the question now to the rest of you is, how about you? Where is your own result? And that is why I will go back to the program of yesterday publication. That is why I asked the question, how about you? I am now going back to that very publication I read yesterday, so that I'll go and continue to read it, because I did not finish it yesterday, because there are some other things. And I will still explain something there. That's why I say, how about you? Moran Global Strategies with Brgie have achieved many things in just 1 year. How about you, and what have you achieved? Now, listen to the unveiling of the Moran Global Strategies, for you to know that Moran Global Strategies did not unveil themselves. It is not American government that unveil Moran global strategies for us. Moran global strategies did not force themselves on us. We contracted them to work for Biafra. And we presented them for Biafra people. And they promise. You will hear the promises from their mouth. Then you ask yourself the question, are they delivering on that mandate? If they are delivering on that mandate, why is this thing here on the screen so obsessed with the positive result of Moran global strategies? Yes. So please, screenshot this thing that you see on the screen and share it everywhere. Ask yourself and ask people, why is this thing here on the screen obsessed about the result of Moran global strategies for Biafra people? Because Biafra people contracted Moran global strategies and asked them for results to make sure we push Nigeria to the wall, and we have done that. And you can see the result in Washington, D.C. Mind you, all these people you see here, they never wanted Biafra Republic government in Israel to have anything to do with USA. Yes, they fought against it. They said they want everything to happen from Europe and Russia. The same Europe where our prime minister have been sabotaged. The same Europe where all of them sit down to plan evil about how to imprison and jail our prime minister. The same Europe that all of them are sitting down to plan of how to kill one another because of their selfish interests. So they are not happy about the success of Brgie in Washington, D.C. Emma, Madubum, and all of them that you see there was against the allegiance of Biafra Republic government in exile with USA. Yes, Emma Madubum, even after PM was imprisoned. The reason why you see this fracas that erupted amongst them is because they push and push and push and clamor for series and series of meetings to go to Russia and abandon America. And then we ignore them. There the anger starts. That is why you see this thing here on the screen, putting up this broadcast and this write-up. Okay? Because they are against America coming to free the Biafran people. How many of you who are part and parcel of the madness meeting that they have been organizing before now? One of the reasons why they even wrote a long letter and said they are giving a vote of no confidence on Okenkere APM is because when they say they want to go to Russia, they should abandon USA. APM ignored all of them. And I said, ignore these people because they are agents of darkness, because they have come to cause problem. Yes, because you cannot tell me that we have had series of meetings and we already have a presence in America, and American government have been protecting our interests and kept it secret to this very day. And then you jump out from somewhere now, you say you want to backstab America, you want to run to Russia. And you see very well that your prime minister was imprisoned in Europe. And you want him to run from the prison in Europe to start going to Russia, right? And you also want to implicate him the most so that they will give him 100 years to die in Finland prison. Invariably, they will now repatriate him to Nigeria. Because you want to go to Russia. Why didn't you force your PM, my PM, our PM to go to Russia when he was not imprisoned? Why do you want to now go to Russia carry his name and go to Russia while Russia and Europe are fighting tooth and nail, so that Europe now will use that vexation and give your prime minister 100 years of imprisonment. And then they will also repatriate him to Nigeria. Why? Because he is using European passport and he is now going against the ethics of European Commission by rushing out to go and align with Russia while he is using European document. You see what these people were trying to do. These are the plans that Mama Dubum, Chioma, Ruby Nadi, Joy Ruby, Obi, and this thing that you see on the screen here, and Dr. Sam, this is what they wanted when they say they want to go to Russia. I told them, you people can go to your Russia with your group. Allow the headquarters of BRGIE in Baltimore to remain where it is. They did not find it funny. Okay, from there they say, Sonny is a problem. Sonny is a problem. Sonny is a problem. Okay, I hear. Sonny is a problem. Now, if you all join your hands together to unveil Moran global strategies to Biafra people, and today you are now telling me that Moran global strategies is being used by USA to destroy Biafra. Is it USA that introduced Moran global strategies to us? Now, look at how we introduce Moran global strategies to Biafra people here. Look at it here, so that when you see all these people that are trying to die in the daytime, you will know the kind of sickness that is disturbing them.
They cannot go anywhere. They can't go far. Once they take one step, we are taking 5 steps ahead of them.
Well, thank you, Your Excellency. My name is Jim Moran. I served in the United States Congress for approximately a quarter.
Please, who did you see here that is unveiling the Moran global strategies and Attorney Dabiri to Biafran people? Is it the US president? Is it the US president that is unveiling Attorney Dabiri and Moran global strategies to Biafran people? I'm asking a question. Is it the US president? Is it the US government? Is it the US lawmakers? That is the question you should ask. This thing that you see on the screen here, ask this thing. Is it USA that unveil Moran global strategies to Biafra people? Because you say USA is using Moran global strategies to destroy Biafra. It is not even that you are saying they are using to destroy Nigeria. You say they are using to destroy Biafra. So that means you now love Nigeria. And then you turn the narrative that Moran global strategies is destroying Biafra instead of destroying Nigeria, that you see that every headline is dragging and calling on Moran global strategies from Nigeria, from international, home and abroad. They are singing and crying and say, Jim Moran, Jim Moran, Jim Moran, Elias, Elias, Elias. Moran global strategies, they are the one behind this Biafra lobbying, this Biafra lobbying. But your own, the day your mama conceived you, she is regretting now that your brain has become very useless because you can't reason even at your old age.
Of a century. After I left the Congress, I began to represent some corporations and countries and causes that I believe in. It has been an honor to work with you, Your Excellency. Elias Gerasulis is my partner. This is primarily Elias's account, but I'm going to be working with him. While I was in the Congress, I was on the committee that funds defense and State Department foreign operations, as well as the Foreign Relations Committee. I have an interest in Africa. I was a principal co-sponsor of the African Growth and Opportunity Act. But most importantly, I do believe that Biafran independence is a just and noble cause. And I trust that you have a bright future ahead. We will try to secure your independence. We can't promise because the politics is not a particularly predictable situation in the United States today, and justice is not always served, but we will work towards that objective. I appreciate the opportunity to work on behalf of the Biafran people. And at this point, let me turn it over to Elias. Elias?
Oh, thank you, Jim. And it's an honor to be working with you on this. And we appreciate your lending, your support, someone of your prestige and stature. That association would be so critical. So thank you, Jim. I appreciate it. And thank you, Mr. Prime Minister, your excellencies, and dear Biafrans in the United States and around the world. My name is Elias Yarsulis, and I am a good friend and a colleague of Congressman Moran, and we are your new lobbyists here in Washington, D.C. However, you should know that we are more than just your lobbyists. We are fellow freedom fighters in the struggle for the liberation of Biafra. And similar to how your compatriots in the Biafran Defense Forces are securing your freedom on the homeland, we will be fighting for your freedom in the political and diplomatic battlefield here in Washington, D.C. And we will make sure that all these U.S. officials, all these congressmen and senators understand that the Biafran independence movement is a pure democratic civilian uprising against injustice, the very same one that we had in the United States when we declared our independence from the British 200 years ago. On a personal level, I knew I had to get involved in this struggle, not only because of my belief in the Biafran cause, but my belief in His Excellency, the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. As I got to know the Prime Minister, I could see that he has remarkable leadership qualities and vision. And I knew that instinctively that he was a man of destiny and that he will have a very important impact in Africa in the years to come. And I thought it was a personal duty to assist him. Already, the Prime Minister has made remarkable progress and has outsmarted the Nigerian system in many ways. The Prime Minister has done this with the self-referendum. He has done this with opening diplomatic liaison offices around the world. And I think by establishing a proper Biafran lobby in Washington, D.C., the Prime Minister has delivered his master stroke.
By having a proper lobbying in Washington, D.C., it is a master stroke that will destroy Nigeria. Having a lobbying firm in Washington, D.C. is a master stroke that will destroy Nigeria. Yes, that's a key point. And you can see how the Washington, D.C. lobbying firm, Moran Global Strategies, is destroying Nigeria now. And Nigeria is in very big trouble. And Nigerians and Nigeria as a whole are lamenting on daily basis. And even fellow Biafrans who had claimed to had believed in this Biafra government in Israel and in these lobbies, they are now even becoming enemies to the Moran Global Strategies and BRGI. Because of what? The level of woto-woto. The level of woto-woto that Moran Global Strategies is giving to Nigeria. So this is to show you that some of them that were claiming to be loyalists to Biafra government in exile or the good works of Moran Global Strategies for Biafra, they were just pretending, they were not. But now they have been able to show their real uniform. That's why they are fighting, calling themselves Biafrans, but yet they are fighting against Moran Global Strategies now because of their wonderful results that they are delivering in Washington, D.C.
And if you can look at the Nigerian media and the social media, you will see that this is something that's been highly publicized. And I think this is because
when Moran Global Strategies was unveiled to Biafran people. It was highly publicized because Nigerian government, Nigerian media knew that it was a fire on the mountain that is heaping against Nigeria that will destroy Nigeria tomorrow. Are you getting the message? They were crying, oh, but after they cried, they went back to sleep. They did not go and do anything about it. The only thing they thought of doing was to go and use some fellow Biafrans to write petition and tender every evil evidence against Simon Ekpa in Finland and submit it to the European president to imprison Simon Ekpa. And they thought that was the end. You forgot that you can only imprison Simon Ekpa and jail Simon Ekpa as the Prime Minister of BRGIE, as the leader of BRGIE, but you cannot imprison BRGIE. And you cannot imprison Biafra. And you cannot imprison Moran Global Strategist. That is why, as Prime Minister is imprisoned, as Supreme Leader is imprisoned, there is another person that has made sure BRGIE is not imprisoned. The voice of BRGIE is not imprisoned. The Moran Global Strategies voice and work continue to spark, to spark, to spark, to spark, and the light sprinkles everywhere and the fire is everywhere. Have you asked yourself a very simple question? How is it possible that Prime Minister Monegba is in prison and then Moran Global Strategies is working with fire, is doing wonders in Washington, D.C.? When you know quite well that Prime Minister Monegba inside prison cannot be inside prison and have the access to work. When you know quite well that Prime Minister in prison cannot be in prison and attend meetings in Washington, D.C., or attend Zoom meetings or attend meetings with lawmakers in America, or to take decisions or make decisions for the Biafran people from inside prison. He cannot. So this is the mathematics that Nigerian terrorist government failed to understand. They thought that when they used some fellow Biafrans to imprison Simon Ekpa as the leader of BRGIA, that they would be able to shut BRGIA now, that they will be able to imprison BRGIA and to imprison Biafra independence. No! Okenkere is actually living in that Washington, D.C. Simon Ekpa was living in Finland. So you people only stop Simon Ekpa in Finland. But you did not stop even the headquarters of BRGIE that is in Washington, D.C. You did not stop Okenkere, who is the acting president, that is even there in Washington, D.C. So you actually stopped the wrong guy. You stopped the wrong guy. You got the wrong signal and you went for the wrong guy. Why the fire continue to boom now from Washington, D.C.? Okenkere is there. Moran Global Strategies are there, and they are the one firing you. Because the thing shocked Nigeria. Nigeria still think I'm saying, oh, Simon, we imprison him. How is it that Simon now will now still be there and then still use the same lobbies and attorney to... No, it's not Simon. But the legacy that Simon laid down is working because the people in leadership today are utilizing that legacy in the right direction. They are not misusing it. They are not destroying it. They are not mismanaging it. Rather, they are putting it to the right full proportion, and the right results are coming out. That is what it means for you to have a good businessman. A good businessman is the one that will manage the affairs of the country and negotiate well, and then you will be on top. You will be seeing results, delivering on daily basis. Some of you don't know why Donald Trump has made America to become the leader of the world again. Because his policies of negotiations and management in business, putting America first, negotiating with every international communities, putting America's tariffs and interests on the table first. So if you do not bow to America interests first, if you do not go to the deal of the business that will favor America, that means you don't have a business to do. So he negotiates well and manage the resources well and is able to deliver. That is what Okenkere, that many of you say is a businessman. He's not a professor, he's not a doctor. That is what he's doing for you. He's managing your resources well. He's giving you results. After convention, you all heard when they were shouting and say, hey, Honorable Fulani, use is it the 80,000 or 80 million naira propaganda matching? And then they said they gave 50,000 to Ebubagu. Did you hear Okenkere spending money anyhow for what is not worth it? No. He manages the money well. He manages it well. And you see woto from left, right, center. And you are seeing result. You are seeing result. BDF are doing their work actively until now. That you now see Nigeria crying. Because we set the fire, the trap for them in Washington, D.C. And the thing sparked and it is blowing up.
Because they understand the moment that the United States starts to gain more support for the Biafran cause, it will be a game changer. Because when the United States leads, other countries follow. Congressman Moran and myself are your voice to the U.S. Congress, your voice to the.
Where United States leads, others follows. As United States spoke about the Christian genocide, the Biafran genocide, you saw that everything has changed. Everywhere is boiling now. That is the point. Are you getting it? From there, you now see foreign allies and foreign speakers also coming in to speak about Biafra. You now see Gonta, you see another foreign policy maker of Donald Trump speaking, Wallace. Many people are now speaking and giving their support to Biafra because there is fire on the mountain and America has spoken.
White House, your voice to the State Department, your voice to the highest offices in this great land. And we will not stop until victory is achieved. Long live a free, independent, and sovereign Biafra. Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that brilliant speech there. Elias, we're happy to have you on board, and we have a lot of things to do together. Thank you. This particular appearance today is just to present you to the Biafrans in the United States. As I made my promise, I have fulfilled it. It is now that we go out there and do what we know how to do best for the interest of Biafra.
Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. It's our honor, and we look forward to serving you in the cause. Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister.
Thank you very much. Nice to have you.
Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. It was a pleasure to see you again.
Thank you.
Look forward to working with you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
The message here said, this program was to present you Moran Global Strategies and our lobbying team and our legal team to the Biafran people in America, because that was a town hall meeting in America. So I asked that idiot now, is it the American government that presented Moran Global Strategies to us? You heard it from our PM say, this program was to present our lobbying team, our legal team, to the Biafran people. But this one now is telling you that USA is the one using Moran global strategies and Isaiah Nyongo to destroy Biafra. So invariably, he's telling you that Simon Egba, our PM, is the one that is destroying Biafra by using Moran global strategies. Are you getting the point? Mhm. When hatred takes you over, you will open your mouth to even lay curses on your mother and your father. And in turn, you are laying curses on yourself because there is no curses that you lay on your mother or father that can work against them. You are actually laying those curses on yourself because you did not bring yourself to this world. It is those your parents that brought you to the world. So when you make a mistake of laying curses on your parents or your root, you are laying curses on yourself. So, Biafran people, we, the people of Biafra, brought about Moran global strategies, not the American government. Like all these people that have been sold out because of their sheer hatred for the success that is being recorded by Moran global strategies. Why? Because they are not the one doing it. That is the problem of some Biafrans. When you are not the one recording success, you develop hatred. You develop hatred. You go as far as destroying everything that you have seen that those that are making the progress have had. Now, everywhere and everyone are crying about Moran global strategies. Here is another publication on USA and Canada. À la Roche Republication. The cry here is about what? Moran global strategies of what they are doing with Biafra Republic government in exile. And in this one, they are trying to say, oh, US government is listening to Biafran people because US government is listening to Biafran people because they have the hatred that Nigeria is joining BRICS, and so they don't want them to join BRICS. Was Nigerian Boko Haram terrorists not massacring all of you before the news of BRICS came up? When did the news of BRICS came up? And has the BRICS ever done anything to stop the massacre, the genocide of Christians? Has the BRICS even discussed or cared about how the babies, women, and children are being slaughtered on a daily basis in Nigeria? Do they care? No, they don't care. The BRICS, they are only concerned about how much oil and gas, what business and investment that they will get. To some of you that have been shouting, go to Russia, go to Russia, I am asking you a very simple question. Has Russia not seen that the Nigerian terrorist government are spearheading the genocide of Christians since 2002? Show me one publication, show me one sanction that Russia and the BRICS countries place on Nigeria. I want to see. I want to see the sanction that BRICS place on Nigeria because of the Christian genocide or the genocide of the indigenous people or the terrorists that have taken over the country. I want to see one sanction from the BRICS. So, Moran global strategies of BRGIE, their names are singing everywhere. Yes, and their names will continue to sing. And even the person that wrote this thing is even a media aide or special advisor to Tinubu. Now look at this. Gonna look at this. So let me bring it down so that when I go see and where. They are still crying about what? They are still crying. They are still crying about modern global strategies. Where is this? This is LinkedIn. LinkedIn. This is where the news about Biafra Republic government in exile has gone up to. This is Nigeria presidency crying here. Do you see this? Oteka Okra is the senior special assistant on digital stroke new media to the president of Nigeria. Strategic communications, ideation, and implementation executive with almost 2 decades of experience advising NHIS brands and government. So when he wrote, he was speaking the statement of Tinubu. And the cry from Aso Rock is that the BRGI lobbies is destroying Nigeria from Washington, D.C. So if you look at here, they say the lobby that launders terror, how a proscribed Nigerian terror group found its voice in Washington, D.C. And then they go on to cry and cry and cry that Moran Global Strategies is now registered under Foreign Affairs or Foreign Agent Registration and asked to represent Biafra Republic government in exile. And then they go ahead to cry about how Nkere is having meeting with Senator Ted Cruz, how Nkere is having meeting with the lawmakers in America, how Nkere is entering everywhere and taking control of the space in America, in the lawmaker chambers, the Congress, the White House, and the Capitol Hill of America. That modern global strategies and BRGI under Nkere, they are everywhere. That they are the one causing problems. Today, I came across a publication by Vanguard. You know, what Vanguard of Nigeria do is they have to go and recycle the publication I read yesterday. They went to go and recycle it. They did not go to US government website to gather any information. They extracted all the information from the website that I read yesterday, which I'm going to bring it. And then they now went and also read about the declaration document of the convention, which Ngozi used to go and present as a declaration document and constitution when she was registering a new group. Are you listening? So they now pick the information that Ngozi used to register a new group. They use it now to come and put in publication. And then she was singing praises to herself. In the same publication that you're singing praises to yourself, they did not mention your lobbying firm. They mentioned Moran Global Strategies to be the one to have done the work. Oh my God. You see, and she did not have shame. This woman no get shame. She carried the thing post. Inside the publication that you post, Moran Global Strategies, Elias, is mentioned inside. And this is the same Elias that you posted yesterday and tell the entire world that Elias is not representing you, is not representing the Biafran people, that you have nothing to do with Elias. But you are posting an article that is written by Vanguard Nigeria, One Nigeria, which is depicting that Elias is the lobbying engine that is doing the work for Biafra Republic government in exile. And then when you saw where they made mention of your name to have had your signature on the declaration document, you now started rejoicing. And you posted it. Hey! Hello, Meru. Nah, Where this woman brain don't go? You know, I told you people that you will use your hand to sing the praises of Elias, and you will advertise Elias without knowing. Yes, you have used your hand to advertise Biafra Republic government in Israel. You use your hand to advertise the same Moran global strategies that you call a criminal, simply because your name was spotted in the publication, that your signature was found on the declaration document which you use to register your new group in January, February. With that now, you posted the publication and you were dancing and clapping for yourself. Is this one not stupidity? But as God have his way, you must promote the same Elias, the same Biafra Republic government in exile, the same Moran global strategies that you are calling a criminal. You must promote them in that ways. Yes, because God is using you to explain something to your foolish followers that you yourself don't have anything in your brain cells. Yes, that is what God is trying to explain to the people following you. Yes, that is it. So for those of you that have seen that publication of Vanguard where our PM's face is, I think let me flash the thing on the screen so that when you see it and read, you will not be confused. You will understand what is there in this publication. This publication here on the screen, this publication here, Vanguard just did a recycle of the publication news, which I read yesterday, which I'm going to read again, where I was reading to show you all the splinter groups that have registered themselves. This one says it's fighting for this, this one says it's fighting for this. That same publication made it clear that the only legal entity fighting for the independence of Biafra that is registered in the U.S. Department of Justice is what? Is BRGIE. The rest of them have a different motive. Or Fulani group have a different, even in this publication, when you open it, you see that our motive is just to raise fund, according to her. Let me see. So you see how people could be so silly. Okay, see it here. They say the organization described its activity as services, including leadership of Biafran citizens in diaspora, fundraising, humanitarian assistance, appointment and pronouncement and rules. Do you see what I read yesterday now? Did you see what I read yesterday? Here is what I read yesterday. And I'm still going back to that publication so that you see. So, what Vanguard Nigeria, as they are now, they don't have news. So they just go around looking for news that has already been published. They go and recycle it. The main news that did this thing and did the investigation and then brought the evidences out, those ones, I will bring the thing, is what I used yesterday. Vanguard now went to go and recycle it and then cited where she submitted the document of declaration and constitution when she was filing a new group, when she is registering a new group. So from there now, she carried it in post and clap for herself. The same post that she's posting is the same post that she said Elias is a criminal. And the publication is still telling you that Moran Global Strategies is the one that is making everything happen. And then she posted it, clapping for herself. This is it though. You see, can you see that? Can you see that? The same publication is telling you that Moran Global Strategies is the one in charge of BRGI that is making the result to come out. And she posted this thing, the one that Daily Trust also copied and published. She copied it also and also published and sing her praises because her name has been spotted to have been in the in the declaration document. Oh, God of creation. And I asked, where are the people following this woman? You say Moran Global Strategies is a criminal, is a thief, is a fraudster. And then you are now still posting his work and then clapping for yourself, claiming glory. I look at this thing, I laugh. I say, hey, the God of creation is exposing something. The God of creation is using Pharaoh to expose his stupidity by making him to be adamant, and then still using his hand to destroy the land of Egypt because of his stupidity and claiming to be stubborn. So please, tomorrow, when you see another publication that they publish and then they call your name and say your signature was found in the declaration document, and that your pharmacist Diana is your secretary of finance, please post it again, because before you read it from the beginning to the end, you will still see Moran Global Strategies is the one making the result and the headline. Our followers are done this. They are not asking her the question and say, how come this thing that you are posting? They are only stating that your signature was in the declaration document and that Pharmacist Diana also, her signature was in the declaration document and every other person's, and that you now use this document to go and file or register your new group. So where now in this document is now showing, that you are working with Moran Global Strategies to have the result. Even the publication is stating that the representatives, both entities, sign a joint declaration in Finland, Lahti, on 2nd December, asserting that Nigeria is engaged in a genocidal onslaught. So they still reminded you that Biafra was declared on the 2nd of December. and you still posted it out. They still reminded you that Biafra was declared on the 2nd of December. Because it is not the day that you say, Biafra is declared. It is the day of the ratification. Which day was the result ratified, and which day did people put their pen on the paper? The Vanguard that wanted to do you good, they have done you bad, though, because they have even reminded you that the day Biafrans put their pen and paper on the document of declaration to ratify the declaration was in 2nd December. They are reminding you. And you are clapping for yourself and doing like leke. You are claiming glory. So, Biafran people, I beg, when you see this publication, that's why I brought it up. Because some of you may not understand the publication and the write-up there. You get confused. No. Honorable Fulani has posted it and claimed glory that she played role in submitting evidence to Senator Ted Cruz, an American government. So please, anyway you see her, tell her to post more. Yes, because in all the publication that she will post, Moran Global Strategies is stipulated there as the person that is the legator the ligation between Biafran government in exile and the US government. So when she finished post it, she will post another video and say, disclaimer, Moran global strategies, Elias, I know can get it. They are not working for Biafra. Hey, oh my God. Long live BRGI, yes. Long live BRGI. For those that believe in BRGI, everything works out for good. Even when you criticize BRGI, you are promoting BRGI to another level. God bless you. Long live Biafra Republic government in exile. Onyinyechuku Nedi Anuchu, thank you very much for this very quote, because you have actually explained something to some people. So, everywhere you check, BRGI is causing problem. BRGI is making the headline. You did not see any other people doing anything. So the reason why I asked the question in the topic that BRGI is making the headlines everywhere, and then the question, and this is within 1 year, the question is, how about you and what is your result? What have you delivered? Okay, let me also project another thing on the screen. This is from Africa Independence. This is from Africa Independence. You may have seen this before. Africa Independence publication. Putting it straight for you, that it is BRJ that is making a lot of things to happen. I'm taking time to be showing all these things so that some people will know, most especially those that their brains were bought off by saboteurs who don't know what BRGI have been doing. So know ye and come and support BRGI, because that is the moving trend. Now, let me go back to the publication of yesterday so that I will explain the point I raised when I said BRGI making so much result in just 1 year. How about you? And what are you doing? And what have you achieved? Yes, I'm back to the publication of yesterday. It is from this publication of yesterday that I read that Vanguard extracted the information to do their publication today. And even as they tried to twist the narrative, they could not have any factual evidence to show. If you go and read that thing I showed you, there is nothing evidence to show. But when you go through this ICIR that did the investigation and brought, you will see evidence and fact. You will see evidence and facts that they are giving you. These are the evidence and facts that they are giving you, and you have no reason to doubt.
Fulani can control you however they like. Once they announce it, Yoruba newspapers very foolishly and stupidly will support them because they want Tinubu as the president. And you are all dying every blessed day. You are all dying every day. Had you people risen up to say that what is happening in Nigeria is bad, there is no way that Pa Fashoranti's daughter will not be alive today. That is the price you pay for duplicity. That is the price you pay for treachery. That is the price you will continue to pay until you rise up and say, enough is enough. It is up to you to do it. You did it during NSAS. You can do it again. Can you imagine Fulani people telling you, if you remove Fulanis from Yoruba forest, imagine Fulani telling you, if you remove them from your ancestral lands, there will be war, and you are panicking. And you have not asked yourself, why are they not saying the same thing about the East? Why did they not say to Eastern Security Network? Why did they not say to me, if you don't stop evacuating Fulani terrorists from the forest, there will be war? Because they know, they understand psychologically that you don't have what it takes to resist them. Do you know why Borno State is still alive? Why you still have the Kanuri people in Borno today? Was because they resisted the Fulani centuries ago. You have to go back to history to understand how Nigeria came into existence. Fulani has been expanding from day one, from Senegambia. All the way from Senegambia, they've been expanding, and now they are in Okigwe. All the way from Senegambia. They are now in Okigwe. And you're asking us to somehow fold our hands and keep quiet because of 2023, because one idiot is going to come out to become a president, because of that rubbish, because of that nonsensical notion, we should fold our hands and wait until we are overrun by the Janjaweed from the Sahel. Is that how reasonable people think? Is that how people that wish to survive as a race, is that how they reason? It is very, very shocking that some of you do not understand what the Fulanis have in store for you. Very, very soon it is going to happen. And when it happens, your eyes will clear. And about whom you will see it very clearly. I was warning you. In 2014, 2015, 2016, they said he's a warmonger. He's a warmongering. I went to America and I told World Igbo Congress that this war you are avoiding is going to come to your villages. They said, no, it's not going to happen. What is happening today? When Yoruba was supporting the dead idiot called Buhari, did I not warn them that this evil you're supporting will consume you? They never listened. They never wanted to listen. IPOB is a terrorist group. You're trying to divide Nigeria. But Mietiana is not. People that you are calling bandits, have you heard anybody come out to say, please Buhari, since presidency is there defending terrorists in the forest, why don't you proscribe them? No, you cannot proscribe a Fulani group. Never. And all of you, we are supporting evil. When there is the proscribed IPOB, proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. These are Yoruba journalists writing junk. Every day they keep writing rubbish. But their land is under siege. Their land is under siege. And the Fulani will take it. It doesn't take time. So I am here today to encourage them that they must stand tall and be very strong, resolute. That is what Fulani does. They control the media. They have well-paid consultants all over the world doing their bidding for them. They have that woman at UN trying to lobby the world that everything is okay in the zoo called Nigeria. But you and I know that the zoo is not okay. You and I know the game plan of the Fulani. And what are you doing about it? Nothing. Every day you read, you lament, you complain. Every day you read, you lament. And that's all you do. That is all you do. You read, you lament, you complain, you do.
It is a strategy. Read, lament, complain. Read, lament, complain. Read, lament, complain. And nothing is done. So, like I said, this is the publication I read yesterday, and these are the evidences files that these people took out. You can see Moran Global Strategies here. They took out from the U.S. Department website. You can see everything here. So what Vanguard did and Daily Trust was to go and recycle this report. They just go and do copy and paste. They go and do copy and paste. They go to this website of ICIR that actually did the work to go and gather their information. They come here, they copy and paste. So as they copy and paste, they could not carry every information from ICIR, so that those ones would not take them to jail for tarnishing their work. Can see this is what they took from this is everything that they took from the website. Every information that I read yesterday, that is what you saw that Vanguard went to go and pick to go and do their copy and paste, because that is how Nigerian media works. Nigerian media, what they do is just to go and do copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste journalism, copy and paste journalism, copy and paste journalism. Now, I want to start something here. That is why I said, what have you achieved? That's why I said, what have you achieved? Because Moran Global Strategies have achieved something, and their names are ringing the bell and they are making the headlines. So what have you achieved? Moran Global Strategies, in the space of 1 year, have given you numerous things to talk about. But I am specific about what is happening here. Quanto? Yeah, I am specific about what is happening here. I'm specific about what is happening here. And that is why I'm coming back to this publication, because I did not finish yesterday. Yesterday, I left before my stipulated time because of something that came up. So I asked the question, I say, what have you done, or how about you? Because Moran Global Strategies have recorded series of results that is sparking everywhere. So you now, what have you recorded, or what have you done, and what can you speak of? What can you speak of your good works that you have done since when you have existed till now? So the case study here is these people that you see them on the screen. And here we go. You see, IPOB political wing. IPOB political wing. IPOB political wing has caused so much damages to the brains of Biafrans. They have made Biafra cause to become a caricature for years. And that is why many Biafrans at this time, they even decide to sit on the fence, because of the damages and the destroys that IPOB political wing have done for years. When I look at our women, most especially those ones that are our senior citizens, some of them are living on their pension. And then some of our young citizens, even those that enter America or UK or Europe newly, or they are not well established, they are taking their time to try to learn a trade or study something to get certified so that they can be able to contribute to this Biafra in different ways. And yet, they are sacrificing their 10 ejema, their 20 ejema, their 30 ejema, their 40 ejema, out of the hard time that they have so that they can also contribute a quota and have a name. But what do you see from those that are supposed to have utilized this money with their brains to see that we have results? You see, that is why I love APM Okechukwu Nkere. You call him a businessman? Yes, he's a businessman and he knows how to manage resources. Yes, the little you give him, he is able to manage it very well. And you see the results that are coming out. Even as you don't know more that is added to the little that you give him to make things happen. He does a lot of sacrifices. And he is not misusing the resources of Biafrans. He's actually putting it in the right direction. That is why we are getting the results. And that is where everyone are panicking. That is why everyone are crying, because they undermine him. But he's giving them results even as they are undermining him, using his business IQ. Yes, as a businessman, just like you have Donald Trump doing his own business negotiations.
Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude.
So when you have a good manager in business, he will always deliver well and your business and company will not fall. But the mismanagement of these people that you had for years has been a very big problem. The mismanagement of this IPOB political wing. That is why I am particular about them this night. You see, I want every Biafran to carry their phone and carry their calculator and start doing calculation now. What is written here is that in 2021, that while Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was here, because of the dead brains who don't know the right place to go and the right people to meet, but they claim they must be the one in the aims of affairs. It's just like today that you see that Okenkere knows the route and crannies to Washington, D.C. He knows the secrecy of getting the U.S. Congress men and women to the table. He knows how to play around to get things done for Biafra in the political circle in America. Then you see Orabu Buru Fulani. You see, what's the other one? Chioma coming out. Bryson, they tell you they are professors, they are doctors. So they should be the one, they know. They should be the one, professor should be the one. Oh, how can Okenkere, who is just a businessman, I think they used to say he's a mechanic. They say, how can Okenkere, who is just a mechanic, be the one to do it? They will now claim that they must be the one to do it because they are professors. And if you now ask them, how did you people use the professorship to destroy the finance that Biafran people raised under Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? And you also made Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to take decisions that became so blind. Yes, very blind. Because you can't tell me that I will sit down and then you are calling $750,000 for us to pay a lobbyist as just what? As a legal entity to lobby. Not as a country, you're paying as a legal entity, a foreign legal entity that is registered in America, and you want to lobby for something. And then you are now going to do contract like somebody that is talking like a country. And then you're making decisions that will squander the pocket of Biafrans, and then you will not have any result. That is why the topic of this program is Moran Global Strategies, making headlines everywhere and delivering results. How about you? I want all of you now to calculate $750,000 divided by 12 months. They said the one-year deal, which was slated to run for 12 months, was signed at the cost of $750,000. I want all of you to do calculation for me. Divide $750,000 by 1 year and tell me how much. How much is it? 1 year is 12 months. So divide it by 12 and tell me how much it is. Please, everybody should do the calculation. Oh, sharp. Oh, drop it in the comment section. Divide $750,000 by 12, which is 12 months. Tell me how much it is, or give me the answer in the comment section. Mathematics student, please, make una do am sharp. Use your phone, use your calculator, calculate, and drop the answer in the comment section. We want to see. Check. Use your phone. 750,000 divided by 12. Do it. What is the answer? Write in the comment section. We want the answer. We want to display it, please. We want to display the answer. I know it, but I want people to type it in the comment section so that I will display it on the screen. 750,000 divided by 12. Type it in the comment section so that I can display it on the screen, please. So, okay, William said it is 62,500 USD. All right, thank you very much, William. So, with $62,500 every month, $62,500. I want to ask all of you Biafrans, what result did you see from IPOB political wing of Nigeria? From 2021 January to 2022 December or January again, what result did you see from IPOB Nigeria on Biafra independence? Were they able to engage Senator Ted Cruz? Were they able to engage the Speaker of America like APM has done with Moran Global Strategies? Were they able to hold a congressional briefing in the Capitol Hill, the seat of power of America? Were they able to submit a congressional testimony to the U.S. government, which that U.S. government have used it today to destroy Nigeria. That congressional testimony, that congressional briefing, and the testimony that Biafrans gave inside the US Congress in that briefing, inside the Congress room. It is those evidences, those testimony that has been used to nail Nigeria today. From 62,500 that these people squandered, and they were using this money to pay themselves. They were using this money to pay themselves salary. Chika Idoziem was collecting salary. Nenaya was collecting salary. Chinas Nworu was collecting salary. Omiomio was collecting salary. Even Imam Marubum was also part of their DOS. So this Imam Marubum that people see today, he was part of DOS. Hey, this Imam Marubum you see, he was part of DOS. So. But I don't know if it was also, no, I think it was not part of the ranking members that has to collect salary. Because if it was, he would not be having problems with them. Because he had to have problem with them. Maybe he was not collecting salary. That is why he was angry. Now, Master Prophet was also collecting salary. Many of them, coordinators and administrators in all the states and countries and continents, they were collecting salary from the money that Biafrans contribute to see that Biafra independence is pushed to Washington, D.C. Now I am asking a question. Were they able to organize a one-on-one meeting of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with the U.S. congressmen and women? Were they able to organize any meeting of the Congress? Okay, were they even able to organize any meeting with Michael Rubin? I'm asking of Michael Rubin now. Michael Rubin now is of the think tank group. Michael Rubin now is a senior fellow of the American Enterprise Institute. Were they able to organize a meeting with Michael Rubin? Were they able to organize a meeting with Don Bando, a senior fellow at the Cato Institute? Were they able to organize any meeting of any kind? I'm just asking a question, please. And I want to know. We want to rub mine. Were they able to organize a meeting with Brian Mast, the chairman, House of Foreign Affairs of the United States of America? Were they able to organize a simple meeting with Ambassador Tibunash? Or were they able to organize a simple meeting with Ambassador Troy Fitrell? Were they able to? Please, I'm asking simple questions here. Were they able to organize any meeting that had the presence of any congressman and woman, like Congresswoman LaMonica M. Clever? Were they able to organize a meeting with her? Were they able to organize any meeting of any sort so that we would just see and say, okay, this is part and parcel of what they did that have shown as history or as shown as a pathway for us to follow or for us to say they have delivered something? What meeting have they organized with 62,500 every month? Biafrans pay this money with their blood. They pay this money with their sweat. Our senior citizens, they pay this money. Please, my senior citizens that I'm going to call your names, please. I don't want all of you to be angry, but I just have to call your names to use as a sample to explain something. We have senior citizens like Minister Comfort, and you see how she make us sweat to donate to support the cause of Biafra. You see senior citizens like Mommy Amonike. You see senior citizens like Bridget Ewazomba. You see senior citizens like Mama James. Okay. You see many senior citizens, which I can't mention all their names. And you also see the young kids, those young ones that are looking so take away. And you see those other ones that are looking so sweet. All of them. You see all of them that are looking so enticing and alluring and very beautiful. They sacrifice everything that they have. Most of them do 3 shifts, 4 shifts, 2 shifts, 1 just to make sure they are able to meet up the responsibility of how much they want to contribute to support Biafra independence. Okay, somebody just reminded me, Veteran Dragon, okay, another senior citizen. Ben Nwabo, another senior citizen. Mwada Eunice, you belong to the sweet chewing gum class. I talk about the sweet chewing gum class. Now there you belong. You know reach a senior citizen. So when you see these sweet chewing gum citizens of Biafra and the senior citizens, and all of them sacrificing everything, doing 3 jobs, doing 4, doing 5. They are doing different shifts so that they can meet up. They come back and then they are donating this money. But look at what these people use the money to do. 62,500, not 62,500 naira, not 62,300 naira, not 62,000. Okay, Emeka Socrates, okay, also one of the senior citizens. Even our BMO, also one of our senior citizens. We've not seen him for a while now. We miss him, please. Wherever he is, whoever has his contact should reach out to him. Let us know how he's doing, please. We need to hear from him. Maz Ichie BMO, we miss you and we want to hear from you. Even if you are on the sick bed, please send message so that we know that you are okay and we continue to look forward to see you. So, oh, Ayole, Ayole, abeg, no do this kind of mistake again, no. Abeg, enokwa. Enokwa, aya, na, make una say something, oh. Ayole say him be senior citizen. Ayole na guy man, oh, this one dey for chewing gum. Ayole na guy man, you know be senior citizen na guy man na him be this. This one dey for the youngy age. In blood see dey hot. Another person say, my auntie, Madam Key, belongs to Sweet Chewing Gum. Thank you. I think say you won't go do mistake. Say Madam Key dey for senior citizen. No, Madam Key na Sweet Chewing Gum. She dey for Sweet Chewing Gum. Take water. Take water. Now won't give me laugh here. So I beg anybody wey see Ayole, make una hold Ayole. Oh. Ayole one claim say he dey for senior citizen. You know say we no go agree. Okay, take well or don't tell you say we no go agree. You know dey for that side. He say you know dey Ayole, we no go agree for you. So I'm using this opportunity to appreciate all of you, honestly, because of the good work that you all are doing. We appreciate your sacrifices. Even if you are unable to get what your heart desired to give bountifully more and more as you've wanted. Yes, somebody said our Madam Key belongs to Sweet Chewing Gum. Yes, she is the Sweet Chewing Gum class. She's not a senior citizen class for now. She is still Sweet Chewing Gum. But that does not mean that you should go and high Madam Kyo. Take water. Don't go and high Madam Kyo because she's Sweet Chewing Gum. So we salute all these our wonderful citizens and we appreciate them. Madam Key, we appreciate you so much. Ayole, we appreciate you. Our senior citizen, Minister Comfort, Mama James, Mommy Amonike, Mommy Bridget, we salute all of you for your good works. We appreciate you. So all these our citizens sacrifice a lot to make sure we have something on the table to move Biafra to the next stage. But the mismanagement of the people that claim to be professors and doctors and nonsense. They mismanage $65,000 every month. And then you cannot see anything. You can't see anything to show for over 1 year. For over 1 year, you did not see anything, nothing to show as evidence of their lobbying work or what they did. So they wasted the money of these Biafrans for nothing. And let me remind you, they said this contract started in January 2021, right? And this was when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had high hopes. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had high hopes that with this lobbying that is starting, that something great is coming. So when they saw that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's hope is high, what did they do? They decided to work with Nigerian government and sell him out. That is how he was now kidnapped. So from January, February, March, April, May, June, they now decided to sell him out to be kidnapped by Nigerian government. So ask me now, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, where is the remaining 65,000 to the end of 2021 to the January of 2022? What did you people do with the money? Yes, I'm asking another question. What did you people do with the money? I remember that when Oyendu was kidnapped, and then we came in as autopilot, and then APM said we have to stop their madness of that money because they are not delivering anything. Because APM was even the person, our PM. Our PM was even the person that was supplying and drafting some of the paperwork. So at a point, he said, no, we can't be paying people that contract money that you people that they come together with, and then nothing is showing. Nothing is showing, no result. So that was how we brought their madness to an end. And that was when you saw that they started fighting autopilot. They went to stay alone and started launching the attack on autopilot until we came this far and we later had BRGIA formed. So the question is, what did they do? What did they do with this money? What result did they produce? But look at Moran Global Strategies. You have not given them anything compared to this. You have not given Moran Global Strategies anything compared to this. But they have made Nigeria to cry just within 1 year of contracting Moran Global Strategies. And this work that they just made Nigeria to start crying, it happened starting from the month of March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Nigeria start crying. They put Nigeria in one chance. So we ask the question. You did not give Moran Global Strategies this amount, but they have delivered something that is higher than what you had expected from them. So why wouldn't you embrace Moran Global Strategies? Why wouldn't you embrace them for what they have done? Look at the screen. Moran Global Strategies took us to the US Capitol Hill to have the first ever congressional briefing, where we had the opportunity to testify and give evidence about Biafra and against Nigeria. And we presented Biafra in the lawmakers' chambers of America, in the Capitol, where they make law to the entire world. And we submitted congressional testimony to the US government, stating the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the imprisonment of our prime minister, and And the Biafra referendum, the Biafra independence, and everything. You see, be like say, I don't go cause problem. When I was making mention of our beautiful citizens and our senior citizens, I did not remember to call our sweet and wonderful honorable honorable deputy rep of the U.S. North and South America. She is not in senior citizen. No. She is in a sweet, sweet, sweet. She's in the sweet, sweet, sweet class. So those in comment section, make una no fire me on. Our deputy North and South American rep, Honorable Chine, she is in sweet, sweet chewing gum. Class. Okay. All right. So one Nigeria are crying because of Moran global strategies. But IPOB Nigeria claim to be having lobbying and they only embezzle money for nothing. They embezzle money for nothing and they chop money for nothing. Now, I'm coming to another one. There's another one here that they said in 2019. You see what these people have done? These people have actually used Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to do a lot of damages on the brains of Biafrans. When you see some Biafrans today being adamant, of what to do and what not to do, and some of them standing on the fence, so you don't have to blame them because something happened for crayfish to burn. But we are calling on all of them to come back now and support the government because you have your support and your money in good hands, in the hand of a very good manager. In the hand of a very good manager. And now we are coming down to another report. The first report I showed to you guys were this one. This one that they said 750,000 by the group of a BW Global, 750,000 for a year. When you divide it, you now have 62,500 every month. Then we are coming to another one. That one was in 2021. Oh. This one now is 2019. 2019. And let us see what happened here. Let us see what happened here. I believe my voice is coming out and everyone can hear me, please. Oh, our Honorable Emilike. Hey, our Honorable Emilike. Our Honorable Emilike that will smile now. You would think that he's a young boy of 18 years. I don't know where to classify our Honorable Emilike. Our Honorable Emilike is that his smile becomes so contagious. So when he smiles, our Honorable Rep Emilike, when he smiles, you that is looking at his face, you'll be seeing his face to be like Sweet 19. And even when he is angry, his face will be looking like Sweet 25. This is our honorable rep of US, North and South America. Hey, so I am confused of where to classify our honorable rep Milike. So, Honorable Eunice, I don't know where to classify our Honorable Milike because of his wonderful smile. Because that is smile, is a confused person. He go make you see him as under 19. He go smile again, he go make you see him as under 20. Then if he frown his face, he go show like under 25. Eh, then let us continue. We appreciate all our honorable members for their good work. So now the first one was 2021. Now we come to 2029 for you to see what these people have done to the brains of Biafrans using Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. Yet they cannot deliver anything. So when you see them fighting BRGIA today, it means BRGIA has come to do what they could not do for the past 30 years. They have been fighting freedom for how many years? They could not make any difference. They could not bring something to the table. But now, with the able hands and good management on the table, you can see miracles happening. They say Okenkere is a businessman. So he's using his business IQ to manage this very business of Biafra freedom. And he's managing it very well, judiciously, as a good businessman. And we love him for that. He's negotiating like Donald Trump. So, having Okenkere as the leader of BRGIA now is like having Donald Trump as the leader of America. That is what is happening. Because he knows the terms of negotiations in the business. He would negotiate and get what is good for Biafra and where we will make profit, where we will put Biafra first, just like American president will tell you, America first. You will now hear Biafra first inside of it. So after they have embezzled 62,500 every month in 2021 throughout, and there was no result, little did we know that in 2019, that there was already or another one before even 2021. So that means Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has suffered in the hands of these people. This one is called BWGG. BWGG. And they said it is Mercury Public Affairs LLC in 2019. What was the contract or the amount? They said under the contract which kicked off in October 2019, IPOB through Kanu paid Mercury Public Affairs $85,000 per month to help seek global endorsement, sympathy, as well as carry out anti-Nigerian campaign across the world. You see, the aim and objective of what this was even all about was not even for Biafra independence as it's supposed to be. This was to seek global endorsement, sympathy, as well as anti-Nigerian campaigns. Anti-Nigerian campaign. We did not hear what we are supposed to hear, that you are the legal entity, you are the government in exile that has the power of autonomy and legitimacy to declare the independence of Biafra, or you carry the mandate of declaring the independence of Biafra on your head. It was just to carry anti-Nigerian campaign across the world. And they said, among other things, was to lobby the US Congress and State Department, promote human rights and democracy in Nigeria while advocating for Biafra cause of self-determination. So you were to promote human rights advocacy and democracy in Nigeria. You see, these people actually made Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to make some mistakes and to also take the wrong decisions. Advocate for or promote human rights democracy in Nigeria. Why promoting it in Nigeria? Why paying money to now come and promote human rights and democracy in Nigeria? In Nigeria, you want to go and promote human rights for Nigerian government inside Nigeria. Inside Nigeria, how will you now promote human rights and democracy in Nigeria first? Then you now say you are looking for the cause for Biafra self-determination. So the definition of independence was not here. It was not stipulated. It was not spelled out for you to see. This is the main mandate that we want. This is where we are going. This is what we are working on. No, they were just beating around the bush. They did not have a firm hold on the decisions and what they are actually going for. Because when you read this thing now, it's like you are going to advocate to promote Nigeria existence. That's what you're saying here. You're going to work for anti-Nigerian campaign, only to do the anti-Nigerian campaign aiming at what? Why don't you put it there, aiming at Biafran independence? Or you are a government that has come to be, you're setting up a government because you don't just go as a group. When you go as a mere group, and then you're carrying out campaign, an anti-Nigerian campaign, you're just advocating group now. So you just advocate and do the campaign, people will collect the money and chop, and then you're not moving from point A to point B to make any difference. But when you establish a government in exile, and you become a legal entity that is endorsed by the US Department, telling them, we are here as the only legal entity that is coming for the independence of Biafra. So what you're fighting for, and whatever discussion that you're saying, when you talk, at the end of the day, you're going to Biafra independence. You are not even talking about, I'm advocating for Nigeria to have human rights, or for the human right to continue, no, or for Nigeria to continue to exist. No, I'm promoting that the democracy in Nigeria. No, what are you promoting? You are talking about destroying the zoo. So you're not supposed to be talking about promoting the democracy of the zoo. You should be talking about destroying the zoo, because the zoo has destroyed thousands and millions of babies on a daily basis. And if you don't do something to bring them down, hey, they will bring you down and then finish. So these are the mistakes that were made, which BRGI have come to correct these mistakes and make a difference. And from this difference that we have come to make now, you can see that they are all crying. This is why they hate Obatobie. This is why they hate BRGIA. This is why they hate you and hate me. This is why they hate Okechukwu Nkere. Do you know why? Because the salary that these people used to collect from your hand, we ended up blocking their salary that used to come into their pocket every month. We ended up blocking all the salary that Chika Idoziem Nenaya used to collect. So all the salary that these people used to collect, BRGI have come to stop all that their salary. And this is why they are angry. Kanu used to collect salary. This is why they decided, Bruce Fein that you see, we are part of the people that stopped Bruce Fein contract. Yes. Bruce Fein was part of the existing contract when we came in as autopilot. We stopped his contract of collecting those money. From those money that you hear about 62,000 something every month, Bruce Fein was also enjoying some of those money because it was from where he was making his living. So that is why they had to use him, and he became very angry when we blocked and then stopped their salary, which they have been embezzling Biafrans and eating the money for nothing without delivering anything for years. We stopped the salary of going into the pocket of these people, and that is where the hunger is. Now, 85,000 per month from October 2019. And then this money ran from October 2019 to when? To the 2021 January, which this other contract was struck, or February. So calculate now, from October 2019 to January 2021, how many months is that? October 2019 to January 2021, how many months is that? I want all of you to do the calculation. Calculate how many months from October 2019 to January 2021. How many months be that? Let me know how many months. After you have told me how many months, then you will now multiply that month by $85,000 every month, so that you will now see how much so that you will now see how much was later spent by Biafrans from 2019 to January 2021, before they now switched to another contract of that one that was 650,000 something. So calculate from October 2019, calculate it till January 2021. How many months is that? That's what I want to hear. After you give me the answer of how many months, you will now multiply that numbers of months. Okay. By the legendary say is 16 months. Okay. If it is 16 months, fine. Now multiply 16 months. Multiply 16. 16 multiplied by 85,000. Multiply 16 by 85,000 now. Multiply 16 by 85,000 and give us the answer. Multiply 16 by 85,000 and give us the answer. Multiply 16 by 85,000 and give us the answer. Today, not today. So that when you see people talking trash, when you see them making noise everywhere, you call them to order and educate them. And tell them, you are very stupid. Yes. That is the first thing you tell them. You are very stupid. And then they will tell you, why do you say I'm stupid? You tell them, okay, sit down, let me educate you. Let me tell you why I say you are stupid. You now start educating them. Telling them how they have wasted Biafran's money for years and there was nothing to show forth. But Brgie contracted Moran Global Strategies just in June of 2024. June of 2025 made them 1 year. And from that 1 year that they have made, the extra month on top now they have given results that you don't expect. All right. Calculation here, I don't know if it's correct. Everybody should confirm from your calculation. Darlene G gave us that 1,360,000. Okay. All right. All right. All right. 1,360,000. Okay. In 16 months. Okay. Let us say we go with this. Or let us say we go with this figure on the screen. Now, I want to ask Biafrans, with this figure on the screen, from the October 2019 to January 2021, what did you see IPOB show you as one result that they achieved? What did you see IPOB show you as one result they achieved? What did you see IPOB show you as one result that they achieved in 16 months? What did IPOB show you? But BRGI in just 4 months now, in just 4 months, BRGI have been causing problem for Nigeria in Washington, D.C. They cause problem to the extent that Nigerian government are crying and lamenting of it. PM is not here. Oh. Listen, I want all of you to understand something here. PM is not here now. PM is not here. There's something you need to understand here. PM is not here. BRGI contracted Moran Global Strategies in June 2024. Now, I want you to count July, August, September, October, November. 5 months after BRGI contracted Moran Global Strategies, PM was imprisoned. 5 months later, PM was imprisoned. Now, from after that, you now start counting. December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. We are in November. How many months is that? And what has BRGIE achieved in the absence of our Prime Minister? In the absence of our Prime Minister. In the absence of our Prime Minister, what has BRGIE achieved in the absence of our Prime Minister while he is in prison? It takes good management. It takes good management to have good results, even when your leader was imprisoned. It took good management in office now to do what? To have good results. It took good management in office to have good results, even as your leader was imprisoned. Good management has made you to have series of results. As your leader or your leaders were in prison, you now have a good manager. You now have a good acting prime minister who is able to manage the government well, dispatch his duty well, and then give you results like wildfire. The Nigerian government are crying. They are crying while they don't even see Simon Ekpa. They put Simon Ekpa in prison, but now they are facing the worst part of what they did not see before. Do you know what it means? Do you know what it means for Nigeria to be sanctioned in international community? They will face political and international and diplomatic isolation. They will face credibility damage in the international level. Their military formations will be facing international pressure. The Brgie has succeeded in weaponizing the US foreign policy and the apparatus against Nigeria. That is why in just 3 days, you hear that Boko Haram terrorists kidnap school children. In the same 3 days, you hear that Boko Haram terrorists kill many army personnel of Nigeria. Within the same 3 days, you hear that Boko Haram terrorists invade churches in Kwara and kidnap many people. And there is a video circulating when the terrorists invaded the church, how they started shooting and killing the people. Do you now understand what is happening? Do you know what it means for you to be on the blacklist on the international level? Do you really understand? Do you really understand what it means for you to be on the red list and on the black list on international level? When the world leaders are dealing with you, did you hear that when Nigerian officials went to attend the UN press briefing where Nicki Minaj was to talk about the Christian genocide, they were denied access. They were denied access to that very premises. They have already started facing the international diplomatic isolations. These are some of the results that we will get from what is happening to them and what you have done to them. So some people may not understand the intricacies of the CPC designation. I come again. There will be credibility damage on Nigeria. One, there will be international pressure on their military formations. Two, there will be international diplomatic and political isolation. You will now see that Biafran people have successfully weaponized the US foreign policies and their apparatus against the Nigerian terrorist government. That is why you can see 3 different or 4 different incidents happening to them within 72 hours. Their military formation, their generals, we heard that whether Major General Luba was taken down. Major General Luba's name is only ringing the bell because he happened to be a general. How about the corporals and the lance corporals, the sergeants, the field marshals that have been killed, the captains that have been killed by the same terrorists? Did you hear their names? Did not hear their names. The same Boko Haram terrorists, they invaded the school, they captured many girls to use them as sex slaves. The same Nigerian terrorists in Kwara, they invaded churches, kidnapped many people and went away and massacred many people. This is the result of you kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and then trying to play political correctness in the international community, you cannot go scot-free. Because BRGI have gone very far in setting a very big trap for you, and some of you were taking us for granted. APM has told you severally that he does not go to meet Senator Ted Cruz. He does not go to meet the Speaker of America. He does not go to meet the Chairman, House of Foreign Affairs of America. He does not go to meet all the senators that he meet and have meetings with them, and the reps and lawmakers, and then he will be singing the praises of Nigeria. No. He is telling them how Nigeria is a death trap. He's telling them how Nigeria kills and breeds criminals. He's telling them how Nigeria slaughter babies, women, and children on a daily basis. So it is a shrine that needs to be dismantled. It is a shrine that needs to be destroyed. That's what some of you don't understand. So this amount of money was being misused by IPOB Nigeria, and there was nothing to show for it. Okay? And they went on and went on to do more and to do more. But BRGIE is here giving you results, and you are just surprised and wondering, what is it with this BRGIE and this Okenkere with Senator Ted Cruz? And I never see anything. There is more for you people to see in this Okenkere and Senator Ted Cruz, since people have now turned it to Okenkere and Senator Ted Cruz. Una go see am. Then, when you come down here, you see another group of low lives. These ones, they call themselves American Veterans of Igbo Descent. They say, oh, they are also going to Washington, D.C. Ask them, what are they going to do? They say that they wrote a letter and put it on the social media to Secretary of War. They say they wrote a letter and put it on social media to Secretary of War calling for establishment of United States military base in Port Harcourt. These are people that sit down and wait. When you have prepared the way, they will now start jumping in to say, I am writing letter to tell you where to go and put the military formation. Whereas the deal that was submitted by the BRGI government has already stipulated everything that we want U.S. government to do. So when these ones now hear that U.S. government want to come and do guns are blazing on the terrorists, and I say, oh, we are also putting our voice. Since they had a foreign policy maker, Wallace, telling an American president that they should come and station in Port Harcourt, have it now also stand up and say, oh, we also write letter, we are writing letter now, that Donald Trump should listen to that thing and then come and put the military base in Port Harcourt. Inokwa. Alumero. So you see different factions and splinter groups. They say they are of Igbo descent too, and they are currently serving in the U.S. Armed Forces. But you cannot hear them for once say dismantle Nigeria for Biafra to be. But what they are talking about is for Nigeria to continue. Listen to them all. They say they believe uniquely positions them to support U.S. engagement. They say, Avis said, its members have deep cultural and geographical knowledge of the affected areas in southeastern Nigeria. And so they believe in U.S. position to support U.S. engagement in the region. As what? To support to keep Nigeria as one as what? Or to support to give you Biafra. Their own is to canvass for what? One Nigeria. They don't canvass for Biafra. That's what they do. They say a permanent solution is the only way to resolve this genocide. Establishing a U.S. military base in Nigeria will be the genesis of resolving these issues. Can you hear them? Their own is to solve the problem in Nigeria, but not to end Nigeria for Biafra to be. That is what AVID does. AVID are not fighting for Biafra independence. They are not calling for a dissolution of Nigeria. No, they are calling for a possible solution to still keep Nigeria as one. So they want you to come and then fix Nigeria. They want American government to come and fix Nigeria so that Nigeria will also continue to work. They are not talking about establishing a military base in Biafra. Their own ideology is about Nigeria because they believe so much in Nigeria, they don't believe in Biafra. That is what AVID is all about. Now, coming down again, they still remind you again that there is one government that is the authentic government. You see, the publication started by giving you a synopsis of BRGIA. And the publication is still going to give you back a conclusion, still based on what? Still based on BRGIA. So everything is about BRGIA. You write or you try to run away from the main point of the context. So you go up from the beginning part of this page and come down, you will still come back and still read about BRGIA again. So they say congressional briefing claims. They say BRGI claims it attended a U.S. congressional briefing on 18 September 2025. According to BRGI, during the meeting, they presented what they called verifiable evidence of religious and ethnic persecution in Nigeria directly to the U.S. lawmakers, highlighting mass killings, Christian persecution, and alleged genocidal acts against Biafrans and Christians. BRGIE's leadership claims that it lobbied U.S. lawmakers, including Senator Ted Cruz. According to BRGIE's increased advocacy contributed to Religious Freedom Accountability Act of 2025. They say, however, publicly available congressional documents do not complicitly reference BRGI as the source of the bill. That is where you see that politics is being played, because some of you are docile in your brains. You want to see American Congress coming out to come and read the reason why and how they are sanctioning Nigeria. Then you want them to come and mention and say, it is because of Biafra or it is Biafra that gave me the evidence. That means you are very stupid, honestly. You don't know how politics works. Where in this life have you ever seen a top investigation agent revealing their informant? Where have you ever seen? Some of you claim to have military experience, but now I'm beginning to see that some of you are very foolish, honestly. You don't have any military experience. No. You don't reveal or expose your informant. You only present the evidences, but you don't reveal your informant so that they will not go after the informant. You use the facts and figures presented to back up your case. Where is the person that walked out? Where is the informant? No, we are not here to discuss the informant. Those that you will see, you see. If you're looking for informant, go and look and watch that congressional briefing. That is a public informant enough for you. Don't go and look for some other ones behind the scenes, since you are very stupid. So the congressional briefing that you saw Biafrans sit down and testify inside the U.S. lawmakers' chambers, it wasn't enough for you. You want to see how we exchange hands and give this paper, give this document, so that you see. Okay, when we are going for meetings, come and follow us so that you can video it. When Donald Trump receives Putin and receives all the world leaders that visit him to have meeting. Is it everything that Donald Trump discussed that is made open to the media? That one that you see that they'll come and sit down in the media and answer some few questions, that is just the media catch up that they want to catch up with the media. There are some main and important deals that are not made open in that very place where you are doing the catch up with the media. No. The main deal, the important reason or what they have done is done behind the scene. They don't bring it there to come and discuss. No, they just discuss something shallow so that your brain will be jumping up and down. You'll be looking at yourself. So they say describing the briefing as an open door to international recognition for Biafra. Brgie Nkere said it marked a paradigm shift from a local Nigerian issue to a global religious freedom emergency, encouraging other countries and international bodies to get involved. Yes, and they are getting involved. Do you now understand the significance of the Brgie congressional briefing? Now it is getting clear. In a video released on X, Nkere expressed the desire of Brgie to enter into economic, defense, and military deals with the United States and called on the U.S. government to sanction Nigeria for alleged human rights abuses against Biafrans. He also demanded the release of the indigenous people of Biafra leader Nnamdi Kanu by Nigeria and Simon Ekpa by Finland. You see, the same people that say we want to kill our PM Anoyendu, we are doing advocacy everywhere demanding for his release. So, petitions that we submit to the US Congress, our PM and our Supreme Leader is our prime asset inside that petition and that testimony to deal with Nigeria. So those low lives who do not understand what we are doing, but want to use it to do propaganda, please, next time you want to do propaganda, look for the right information to use. So now they now say that US senators misled by IPOB. Leave this one for them. Let them continue to cry because this is how the Nigerian government were responding to the issue. But the point here is that you have been able to see and understand how IPOB Nigeria misuse the funds that Biafra gave to them. And they could not deliver anything for over how many years? But just within few months, such opportunity were given to Brgie. Such opportunity availed itself in the hands of Moran global strategies. Such opportunity availed itself in the hands of Okenkere. And then just in few months, from December to November of 2025, from December of 2024 to November of 2025, you have seen wonders, and Nigeria are on their bended knees. I salute all Biafrans. And my appeal to all of you is that you should come out and support your Biafra. Your resources are in good hands now. Whatever you contribute is properly utilized for what it is meant for. You don't spend 65,000 or 62,500 monthly and get nothing for years. You don't spend $1.360 million for 16 months and then you get nothing. You are getting something just within months. The money that you have paid to Moran Global Strategies for the past 1 year now is not even up to 150,000 a Gemma. But did you see how much these people were embezzling for many years and they could not deliver anything? Just look at this per month. This is per month, though. And you calculated it was 16 months multiplied by this. They could not deliver anything that brought Biafra just close to the lawmakers of America, just close to the US Congress, or just close to Washington, D.C. for prompt discussion of Biafra. And then you went on again to spend this other one. You went on again to spend this other one. And you did not see nothing. But Moran Global Strategies is giving you result with evidences. Because of you, Nigerian government are crying today. Because of you, Nigerian government are in one leg of trouser. Because of you, Nigerian government are crying heavily. Akpabio was warning them in, I think, was it in August or September, Akpabio was warning them that this thing that Okenkere has started, calling for sanctions on Nigeria, that when America sanctions Nigeria, that there will be problem, that it will affect all of them in the Senate chambers, it will affect all of them in Nigeria. They did not take Akpabio serious. They were laughing at Akpabio's message when he was telling them in the red chambers. But today, that thing that we were cooking and they were laughing, even those that claim to have been in BRGI, they were laughing at us. Imam Marubum was laughing. Choma was laughing. They were using us to do caricature. Ruben Nadi was writing in the comment section when Aranduchu were using us to do program. They were laughing and say we are wasting money with Moran Global Strategies, that Biafra have passed the time of wasting money in lobbying. And I asked, did they say that Joy Irobi is a professor or she is a kitchen professor? Because I cannot hear that somebody will say Joy Irobi is a professor and such person is telling you that she doesn't know what lobbying means in international political or diplomatic relations. And they were saying we are spending money, wasting money on lobbying, that lobbying will not give anything. Chai! Hello, Mero. Okenkere did not need professors. Okenkere did not need professors to show him the way to the U.S. Capitol Hill, the Washington, D.C., where we were able to gather to give testimony in the U.S. congressional briefing. Okenkere did not need a doctor or a professor or engineer to do that for him. He only needed a lobbyist and attorney of Biafra Republic government in exile. And all of you, as Biafrans, who have stood by him and trusted him and given him all the support, no matter all the bad names that they have called him criminal, they have called him traitor, they have called him fraudster, they have called him all manners of names. They have destroyed his name left, right, center, but he did not allow ego to enter him. He humbled himself and continued to fight for the Biafran people, even with his hard-earned money. Yes. Some of you should not be angry when you hear him say he has sacrificed so much of his money. Yes, because you don't understand. But I do. I do. If you were, or if you are part of the BRGI cabinet, when Prime Minister was here, Prime Minister himself was always opening his mouth to say everybody should be grateful to the finance minister, Okechukwu Nkere, because without him, we don't know what we would have achieved. We don't know how far we would have gone, because he has been the backbone, helping and saving us in many occasions and salvaging us in many occasions. So if you do not agree with your prime minister when he was saying that, then now you become his enemy when he's saying it. That means you are a bigger enemy that had ever lived. Because even your prime minister was confessing of what Okenkere is to us and how useful and a blessing he is to us. So when you hear him speak with anger and express his displeasure over the lackadaisical manner of some other people in this very government or in this very movement, don't hold it against him. He is human and he has to express himself as human, because if it were you, you will not sell your business, you will not sell your family earning and your investment to put into Biafra just to see that Biafra is actualized today, and then the people that you are working for are actually the one going about destroying your name, destroying your business, destroying your investment, destroying your name in America, trying to destroy your connections that is actually giving you the money to use to support the Biafra. This is how wicked our people have become. So you need to be grateful to Okechukwu Nkere, the acting Prime Minister of BRGI. And let me use this opportunity to address something else. Because I see that some people don't have brains anymore. Some people don't have brains anymore. So let me address this now. As some people don't have brains anymore. Some people don't have brains anymore. I hear some of you getting angry where you see publication and where you see some media houses addressing our APM as the PM of Biafra Republic Government in Exile. And then I laugh at you. I say, Chai, your level of idiosyncrasy is the one that we cannot cure. Let me ask you a question. When you are acting instead, or you're acting in a particular office, what are you doing? Are you not the one representing that office, that person that is supposed to be there? When you hear acting information minister, as at that point, you are the information minister. Because you are acting that office, your boss is not there. So as you have now carried the name acting, so you're acting in that office in that capacity of that information minister. You are the information minister as at that time, because you're in that capacity. You're the one to take control that time and make decisions. You're the one to append signatures on documents, because the power has been bestowed on you as the person to act in that office. You are that minister of information as at that time. You hear they say the president is on the sick bed, and according to the constitution, the vice president is taking his office. You will hear that they will say the vice president is taking his office and is acting. The president that time is the one acting that time. Is the one taking the seat that time. Is the one steering the ship that time. That is why Some of the international scholars and politicians, when they will be addressing him, they will address him as the prime minister. Because you don't understand the terminology or the way international politics works. Because the person that they see that time that is acting there is the person that they have to address that office to sign those documents. So if you are very uncomfortable when you hear our APM being addressed as the Prime Minister of Biafra, please look for the biggest lagoon. Jump inside of it. Look for the biggest lagoon and jump inside of it. And also look for a working transformer. And be sure that the feeder pillar of that transformer is switched on. The two polarities are working well and there is electric flow. So jump in between and then short circuit the two terminals so that they will spark you and you will be dismantled because your brains are not working. Your brains are not working, honestly. As I am here now, okay, let me in the 2023 Helsinki Declaration, I was not in Finland. And then I called the person that was acting in my place to deliver my speech. And then he read my speech. As at that time that he was reading and delivering it, he was acting as the information minister. Yes, because I ordained him to act, and then he acted. So he is the one taking the responsibility at that time. He is the information minister delivering the message that time. He has the right to sign any document that he has to sign that time because he's the one that is in charge. So those of you that get headache when you hear that APM is addressed as the prime minister, what is the meaning of acting prime minister? You are that person that is acting that time he is the active minister that time. He is the active prime minister that's the acting, he is the active that time. Because the main person or the prime minister is inactive, unavailable. So you now that is now called upon to come and act, you are the active prime minister. Active prime minister. You're the one acting now. So you're the prime minister that is active now. Active now. Active now. Because you cannot prepare a document and finish and say it is the prime minister that needs to sign. It must be the one that is inside prison. No. Why do you now have the active one here? The active one here, the powers has been transferred from the one that is in prison to the one that is active here now. He has all the power to carry out all the norms that is stipulated in the office of the prime minister that is in prison. Some of you that did not read your bylaws, go and check it very well and understand, or also go and read what it means for somebody to be acting for somebody. You are given the power of autonomy, the power to carry out every responsibility that that person in prison is supposed to do. As far as you are the one active in that office now, you have all the power. You are the one to be addressed as the active prime minister. Active. But you know what? It is not even about this name that is the problem of my APM. Because some of you are carried away by nomenclature. Because we are egalitarian in nature, so we just have that egomaniac nature as some Biafrans. We want to be doing boga boga. But our APM is not that kind of person. Yes, he doesn't even want me to be dragging that name to his head. What he will tell you is that we need money to solve the problems on the ground, not those names. Those names, they should drop it somewhere. Those names does not take us to anywhere. Those names do not take us to where we have to go or achieve what we want. That what we want is a gemma. Let us see how to raise a gemma for us to achieve what we need. That those that want to shout and die with those names, they can go with the names. But give us money so that we can use it to support Biafra and give you the success that you had expected in 10 years, within 2 years. Give us all the resources. I salute all Biafrans. So please, when you see those that are going kaka because they say, oh, APM is addressed as PM now, please tell them to go and get poison and drink and die. Tell them to jump into the lagoon. Tell them to jump into the transformer that is working and let the thing electrocute them. Okay? All right. Let me ask another question. If your mother is traveling or your father is traveling, and then your father or mother leaves you in the care of your guardian, does that your guardian have the power or the responsibility to discipline you when you do something wrong? Does that your guardian have the power or the responsibility to correct you or to apprehend you on anything? Does that your guardian also have the responsibility to give you food to eat? Does that your guardian also have the responsibility to send you to school? Does that your guardian also have the responsibility to take care of everything about you? Okay, if you say it is yes, so why do you now dispute the fact that another guardian that has been elected to take the place of your father that is not around, why do you now dispute the fact that he doesn't have responsibility or power to do this and do that and should not be addressed as the active prime minister? Why do you expect to get the same good gesture and touch from your mother or father in their absence from the guardian that has been elected to take care of you? Why do you now expect to get same gestures from him, same love and care? Why do you now expect it? Okay. So if that your guardian have the responsibility to do so, then it means your active prime minister has the responsibility to take care of the government and take decisions and move things around as far as is the active man in office. All it needs is your support. It's not about that name. It doesn't care about all those nomenclatures. And it's like me, I was past him when it comes to all this name calling so that person head go big. Me, I don't like it. I don't like people even pampering me or calling me names that will make my head too big. It doesn't move me. And APM is a very good example. It doesn't like it as well. So it's not these names that is our problems. We don't do boga when people sing this name. It doesn't enter us. What enters us is when we see a gemma that is going to add up to make a difference in what we are doing. That is what we cry for and we want. But don't quote me wrong. Everybody are not the same. There are some people that love the name. When you sing their praises and you glorify them, they love it. But for us, we don't like it. So everybody cannot be the same. I salute all of you and see you all tomorrow. Please do much to support your freedom so that we can do more to defend Biafra land. The reason why the massacre and the terror that is happening in the Middle Belt and the North is not coming to Biafra land is because of the existence of the Biafra Defense Forces. So that is why we need to do more to give them all they need. I salute all of you and see you all tomorrow. Please remember that our fundraising comes up on Saturday, but you don't have to wait for Saturday before you visit the website. Go and submit what you have. The website is running under the screen. And also, Sunday will be Central Region Town Hall meeting. So if your state falls in the state that I'm going to mention, please prepare yourself and make it big, just like Eastern Region made their own to happen the other day. If your state falls in Ikemba, if your state falls in Odumegu, if your state falls in Olu, if your state falls in Okigwe, if your state falls in Owerri, if your state falls in Aludo, if your state falls in Ikumesia, if your state falls in Ebube, on Sunday is your day. So do well to make it happen, so that we will also celebrate and enjoy that day with you. Please, don't be left out and make it happen in a grand style. Thank you so much. From me from here, I say thank you so much to all of you, and thank you for all you've done so far and what you will continue to do. I thank you all. And from us from here, it is a very good evening, good morning, good afternoon to plenty of you. See you all later on. Ndewo, ndewo, ndewo.
Life is a process, no matter how you go about it. Masi Okechukwu Nkere, Omalicha Nwoke, the Biafran Republic Government and Exile Finance Minister, is humbly campaigning for global Biafran financial support for the purpose of Finland Convention, Biafran Defense Forces, and redeclaration-related activities. I appreciate all Biafrans who have been supporting our liberation movement. I also urge everyone to massively support more than ever, especially in these critical times. Oh, my fellow lovely great Biafrans, let's come together and support our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, who is currently working tirelessly to hand over our freedom to us this year, 2024. Freedom is coming, yeah, yeah. Yo, 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 yo. Masi Okechukwu Nkere. Salute every Biafran, especially. Yeah, yeah. Okechukwu kama. Okechukwu kaina yo no 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 no. Okechukwu kama. Onyamana gidi gidi bakulo wunu. Okechukwu kama. Welu ndidi chukwu kasebele. Okechukwu kama. Okechukwu kama. Si Okechukwu Nkere nekelunu. Okechukwu kama. Okechukwu kaina yo no no. Okechukwu kama. Okechukwu kaina yo na nyasi. Okechukwu kama. There is no magic to progress and success in life. Life gives back what you give to it. It takes a man who believes in himself to create wealth. So keep working hard and never lose hope in what you believe in. Ayakata. Life is not easy. Sigh. Make it take and jejo. I want to use this special opportunity to recognize great Dim Odumegwu Ojukwu I can't also forget General Philip Effiong. Okama Daloso. Come Chetakwan men underground. Umoma Kubigwe. Anyina Fuakolu. Airborne. De facto government in homeland. A special recognition to every Biafran who have been supporting from day one. May Elohim continue to flourish you in your different endeavors. He says, Mazina de Gano, Ohamadike, one of Biafra. Egadi. The Prime Minister, Obatobie, Ogechukwu Keresi Mukelekio, Wokoma, Ogechukwu Kama, Ogechukwu Kaina, no, Ogechukwu Kama, Onyamana Gidi Bakulo, Ogechukwu Kama, Welundi Chukwu Gazebele, Ogechukwu Kama, Ogechukwu Kama, Mama Biko Yobolisa, Ogechukwu Kama, Ogechukwu Kaina Yono, Ogechukwu Kama, Ogechukwu Kaina Yona Nyasi, Ogechukwu Kama. Ayole, Ayiga Kolone Garole Nune, Uwi Bole, Chetakwana Dubafuo. 1 + 1 is 2, 2 + 2 is 4, Onye puru chi uzo akwa no. Don't give up when it's so close. It's so close. Ogechukwu Kama, never you give up, no. Ogechukwu Kama, believe in your dreams, brother. Ogechukwu Kama, never you say no. Ogechukwu Kama, Ogechukwu Kaina Yon, Ogechukwu Kama, never you down your faith, no. Ogechukwu Kama, keep your head up, keep on fighting, Ogechukwu Kama. A big shout out to Mazi Ogechukwu Kere. I salute you, my PM, Mazi Simon Iba. Life is sweet when you're patient. The greatest shout out goes to the media team, great talents. They won.